Hello. Welcome, everyone. Hopefully today I'm less hot.
You're not.
The same hot.
That's a never. That's a never.
I mean microphone. Welcome to a Logomancy, Tales from Logomancy episode from the Frontier. My name is David. I'm your dungeon master, but it's not. It's the five lovely folks underneath me. Let's check in with them and see how their weeks have been leading up to their week. The week has been leading up to now. I swear, time makes sense to me. Brian, how was your
Week has been good. Working. Meetings, choosing colors for our place. Thinking lots of like light greens, lavenders, some light grays even, and then like gold, silver, and bronze to like bougie it up a little bit. Super excited for that. Went and checked out locales today. Got the team to our favorite place. They love it. And yeah, otherwise just working and playing. Played. I DM at my place Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and we had a great session last night. Just kind of riding that high.
honestly the whole reason I do this so I can ride the high until the next
Yeah.
You guys talk
There's some serious like, is it Wednesday yet? Fucking like drought on like Saturday. I'm just like, holy fuck! Like, when are we getting there again?
Get me back in the
Get me
frontier.
back. Put my boots on the ground.
And Geek, you had a very great
Yes, I started to, as a surprise for everybody, I started to be one of the co-hosts for Roll for Beer on Sunday. It was my first one coming in, and we talked about bread and beer, and it was good. I was extremely nervous. Everybody on the stream could probably see me go, and then on Monday, I get my little fix because then I get to DM my other group, which is here with me. Two of my players are here with me as well, and we did not almost die. No, we made it out there with 100% health. And no, okay, you had to watch it. You had to watch it to see what happened. Other
Where
than that,
can I watch that?
you can watch it on YouTube, or pretty much YouTube. I'm just thinking, I'm thinking
Twitch.
podcast.
Legends of Logomancy.
But one of the things that also happened is I'm getting ready for Easter at my job. So we're extremely busy right now. I'm also I messed up my ankle, which is always so much fun.
Oh.
I decided that I'm an independent woman and I'm strong and I
First mistake.
my friend
Yeah, exactly.
my friend gave
Ask not what you can do for men, but what men can do
my
for you.
friend's very sweet, and they gave me their 50-inch TV, and I didn't have one. I had a small Roku TV, and I decided I could carry that downstairs all by myself. And I mounted it all by myself.
Hey,
I don't need no man.
I just need YouTube.
Not even YouTube. At a certain point, I was just crying. All
Where
right,
did that
all
come
right.
from?
I know exactly who
I'm gonna
that
blame
came from, you
Neil.
little shit.
Speaking of people to blame for all of our problems, Neon, how was yours?
Oh, phenomenal. Just another week of being the source of everyone's problems all the time.
Why am I?
If anyone today couldn't find their car keys on the way into work, you
Damn
are
it,
welcome.
Neon! I knew it was you.
Yeah. No, I've also had a very good, interesting week. Might be taking a few small breaks here and there from content. You might not see me for a little minute because I'm trying to get some cool job opportunities nailed down. Aside from that, Geek and I have something that we're working on in the kitchen that everyone's gonna be super hype about.
If you like certain things, you'll like this.
So if you like stories, you'll like this. We're gonna tell you all a story, sort of, maybe. If you're a fan of a gentleman named Manuel,
Manuel! We love Manuel.
You're gonna enjoy this. Yeah. So aside from that, we're chilling. We're good. I didn't mention it last. Oh no. Yeah, since last week I have hit my 3 months anniversary with my partner, so I'm like having a good fun time with that.
Love.
Lovely. If you're watching this, hi. Love you.
Get off the stream.
Mom, if you're watching this, go away.
Also,
yeah, but yeah, I'm having a good time, causing problems on purpose, getting maybe better jobs by accident.
That's how they come.
Creating cool content somewhere in
no
between.
accident that your karma catches up to you. It's good stuff. Also, shout out to your hair.
I mean,
shout
we
out to
hope.
your hair.
Thanks.
Your hair does look fabulous.
Yeah,
It's like wavy.
I love the wave.
Thank you. Yeah, it's like in that cool in between where it's not freshly washed and super curly, but it's not like oily enough to be flat and horrible.
I'm just jealous because I'm literally living with flat and horrible all day, all life.
I have naturally curly hair, so like this is like maybe it's about time to take a shower again.
And welcome back, Pixie. How are you feeling?
Thank you. Well, I'm surviving.
Well, glad to have you back. How have your weeks been?
Mostly uneventful. Other than dealing with some health stuff, which is just chronic illness life. But I don't know. I got to see some friends and hang out last weekend. One of my besties was in town from Saskatoon with their kiddo, who is 14 or 15 now. One of the only kids in my life. Like, I've known him since he was about 9 months old. And we just kind of like hung out and talked for like hours, and it was just really nice to like reconnect. It's one of those friendships where, as the meme says, there's no friendship decay mechanic. So the second you see each other again, like no time has passed and everything is great.
Shout out Saskatoon.
I was gonna say I love the reoccurring vibe of people from Saskatoon going.
Yeah.
It's a thing. And last but not least on our list, Teagan, how's your week?
Oh, thank you for not forgetting me, David.
You're never
been a
gonna
good
live
streak.
that down. Never gonna live it down.
Wait, who are you?
I'm good. As I said Monday, I have pretty much had like 3 back-to-back games of D&D Sunday. It was a lot, but fun. I made sure some of the lovely creators here didn't die Monday. And
We were
I,
fine, 100%.
and then I have watched all of the new season of Miraculous on Netflix now. I regret nothing.
Mhm. What's miraculous like?
Hold on.
It's really good. It's really cute.
Are you
And
talking
this,
about
Like
Ladybug?
Miraculous-
Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. Yeah.
I'm one-
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that slaps. Watch it in the original French or suffer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, the voice acting in
It was
French is
all-
much better than the English counterparts for this show
I
specifically.
do
You
like
know
watching
what?
in foreign languages, so
It-
maybe
it's
I'll watch
also,
it
like,
all in French.
It's good. I love it.
Watch
I
it in
do
French.
love it as well. It is also very, very like, for fuck's sakes, just kiss.
Right? It's like, how do you not
I mean-
know?
Yeah.
Oh my!
It's the Superman effect.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, look
They
at
just
the
they
photo.
have to go over all aspects of the possible love square before actually confirming
Love is
anything.
Rare.
Yeah. Square. There's
Yeah.
a square, not just a
Because
triangle.
you see the female lead and the male lead love each other, but they're both superheroes and don't know they're both superheroes. So there's like school friends them and superhero
Oh, no
friends
way.
them, and they fall in love with
The
each other in
opposite.
like different
What is this?
orientations, but
Oh my
never at the
goodness,
same
that's so
time.
annoying. I love it.
And
That would
there's
be
so
so
much-
frustrating to watch, though.
So much dad puns.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
So much puns. I love it.
Yes.
If you like a pun, oh, good. Mwah.
If you like kids shows that have no business being as good as they are,
I mean, this
Marvelous Miss Ladybug or whatever.
Yes.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Miraculous.
yeah, Miraculous Ladybug. I highly recommend when your lovely child is old enough to comprehend a cohesive storyline.
They've
You
already seen
don't
Gravity
even have
Falls, so like.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm just
Add
here
it
for
to
it
your
because
list.
my car's name is Ladybug.
Aw.
Mine is something I can't say on stream.
Mine used to be, I had a Taurus and it was called Clitoris.
I love it.
I love that.
And with that, we're gonna jump right into it.
These engines revving.
Woo!
Last week, you guys had visited the big city. You went to Oak Plain City, and got a little bit of information from the Frontier Adventure Company headquarters. Gave you an opportunity to see kind of what a fully staffed facility looks like, as well as some of the cool little magical tricks that they can operate. You got some information, specifically some dossiers and copies of information pertaining to the Black Pheonix Gang, which has been, as everyone who's met him knows, Flint's sole obsession. And there was no better moment than seeing the questions to be asked stolen by everyone's favorite little bunnies.
They were fighting. I had to do something.
It was fantastic.
It was.
Where they're just fighting in the background, and all Ski's just like, "Can I get the information on this guy?" Everybody's like, "Wait a minute."
It was beautiful. It was perfect. And now you know that the family in question that's in charge of this operates out of a town called Korston. That it seems to be the central operations of the Black Pheonix Gang, as well as a bunch of other information that tied together with relations. When we left off, you guys were trying to make decisions as to what your next course of action was, though it seemed like the plan had been to head to Korston pretty quickly. I apologize for the background hum. That is two dogs playing rubber.
thought I left
Heart,
the tab open,
Hearts,
but-
we might have some bad news. We might need to take a boat. You might need to go on a boat.
As long as I stay in the boat.
Okay.
No falling out of the boat, no swimming.
What? Here I was thinking we'd tie you to the back in a life preserver and just let you float along the river.
Teach you how to swim the real grandfather way. Throw you
Yeah.
in.
You want me to put you up in a snare? You'll never fall out.
Look, as much as I appreciate y'all's suggestions, I think I'll just sit down in the boats.
What? Nah.
You can
that-
hold
that's fun, you know?
Strudel helps a lot with anxiety.
Well, now I have noticed that.
Now, while we were gone, you guys had an opportunity to do some shopping. I know there's some things some of you planned to pick up and figure out. We can kind of give you the opportunity as well, Pixie, if there's anything that... if I wince a lot, I apologize. I've got 2 bruised ribs.
Wait.
Wait,
You just gonna
wait.
scroll over that? How
I
the
threw-
hell did you manage that?
I threw up so hard I
Yeah.
bruised 2 ribs.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
David.
David, why? What'd you do?
I have a child who brought home the daycare plague.
Oh.
So, but yes. So, you know, we'll kind of we can kind of off-screen it if you want, or if you want to have a little bit of a shopping episode. You know, kind of your call, Pixie. Here, it's up to you. But then the plan was to head up to Korston as soon as everyone was ready and able.
I'll take a look on my own so that we can kind of keep things moving and
Perfect. We'll give you that opportunity here. Flint, it's kind of your ship at this moment. You know, what's Casper Flint up to here?
I feel like I'm just trying to get us there as fast as possible. Not really sure how exactly to do that. Do we have we've got a captain of the ship as well?
So there is like a passenger service effectively that heads up there. It's a steamship, kind of an older style system, but it's a fairly regular route. It's about a day's travel via boat up the river.
Okay, well, there's not really much I can do to help us with that. So I think it's just
I mean, in theory, you could try to charter a faster ship, but you'd be looking at like a personal sloop or something like that. Chartering probably cut the time down because you're gonna be quicker, but it's up to you guys.
are any of us able to like? Well, I guess we could charter that. We've got some money.
Oh no! Does any of us have sailors?
Nope.
Yeah, like no one's like proficient in vehicles. Hey, water vehicles.
In sailboats? No, I'm
No.
from where the I'm on. Yeah, no, I ain't from the
Colt
ocean.
gets driven around. He does not drive. Or
Yeah.
Oh my god!
what?
I
How about that?
driven. Everybody hydrate. From moon.
Thank the moon.
Oh,
Is it hydrating if it's
dang
just
it.
booze?
It has
There's
ice in
water.
it.
There's ice in there, exactly.
Yeah, so up to you guys. I want your plan is. Do you want to ask around? Do you want to?
Oh, thanks.
In?
Thank you.
Fine. What do you feel?
Wouldn't hurt to ask around. If we can't find
Yeah,
it.
whatever gets us there the fastest.
Oh, I hear the pups. I love it.
It's distracting. But yes. Okay. So, kind of give you a layout of what we kind of expect here. So the main river that runs through the primary river, Avon, Surrey, which is, as you guessed it, River, when translated properly, is the kind of primary river that runs from Daggertooth Islands past Oak Lane. It's what Oak Lane was known. There's the east side, or more accurately, the north side, but everyone just calls it the east side of Oak Lane, and that's kind of where people live. There's the west side, or the south shore of the banks, and then that is the where a lot of the industry and heavy equipment is. There's a smattering of docks along the way because it's a pretty major upstream shipping route. When steamship and sail ship was still primary means of transporting goods before Oak Lane mastered the railway, this is where everything that passed through to Daggertooth Mountains had to go through. There's also, it is a beautiful merging point though, where a second river reaches, and that's the river you guys will take towards Frostholm. And then this is kind of a newer area. It's a little bit more posh, a little bit more expensive. It's been built out a little bit more planned versus the way that the rest of Oak Lane is in that way that a lot of medieval cities that existed for a very long time have, where it's kind of pieces built on top of it. This one feels a bit more planned, a little bit more modern, and it is by comparison. If you were looking to charter a private ship, it's probably your best bet. Or on the industrial side is where you'll be able to find just a traditional, regular passenger.
Lakita, sorry, wrong character. Skileta is pretty much just following Casper around, just holding the map like this. Going to people that are like, we want a charter, just holding up the map. Just like, I'm helping.
Amazing.
All right.
Ask around who's got the fastest boat.
Y'all take care of that. I gotta grab some things. Mostly, I'm gonna take 600 gold from the party fund and get us some diamonds, so that if at any point any of y'all decide to go beyond our mortal coil, I can tether y'all
back.
back.
Could you give me some armor?
Beauty.
What do you need?
What armor did we say would be best for Ski? Let me take the character sheet again.
Leather?
Oh, that's a puppy.
Yeah, if you wanted studded leather, you could have gold.
Yeah, I think I need studded leather or a medium armor. Just a medium armor, whatever you can find.
All right. I'll take care of supply then. Y'all find a boat.
Yeah, so asking around kind of the richer area, There's a few options. A lot of it, like you notice, they're almost like private ships. Colt, you'd recognize this kind of thing. Your father probably owns at least a couple of them, around some of the more, oceany areas, kind of for chartering for personal use. They're effectively, oh my, hold on.
I was waiting for it. I was just like, how long is he gonna last?
How long we've been streaming?
All right,
long.
everybody took a shot on if it was in the 10 minutes before he had to kick the dogs out of the room. 20. 20. All right.
Yeah. So it's what they look like is they're very much like small yachts, effectively. They've got a couple of cabins along the front, and then some of them are still sail ships because it's still an effective way to get out the river. Some of them are small steamships with their own paddles, methods of driving themselves on water upriver. You get kind of the impression that the newer the ship is, doesn't necessarily mean the more high quality it is. It's going to tend to lean towards the build quality of the ship that was maintained.
So Ski's just holding the map, just going like, who will take us here?
As you kind of walk around, you come across a fairly well-dressed Turkish man. Generated a bunch of NPCs, which is the case.
Oh, David's learned.
Yeah.
Ski will make all the friends. Okay, you need to understand this.
11 sessions.
Yeah. So as you're kind of like walking along, fairly well dressed, but like kind of in the same way that like Sophia Belle was. He's got like kind of like a black shirt on. He's kind of chilling out in his shorts, watching as you're walking by, and you're like, Ski's got the map up. He's like, will you take us there? And as you're kind of walking by, he looks over and he goes, what you got there, friend?
Friend? Ski just beelines to who said friend and holding up a map, be like, we need to get here as fast as possible. No questions asked.
He kind of like leans down and looks at like the kind of like the short person squat, to look at your map a little bit more effectively. And he's like, oh, you're heading up to Korston? Yeah, that's a pretty quick trip. I could probably help you out with that. Get you there in about half a day, realistically, if you're willing to pay for it.
Of course, we're willing to pay for it.
Yeah, how many of you are coming along? What are we talking?
There's 5 of us.
Well, 6 if you include 10.
I typically don't include people's personal belongings as people, but
how dare you? God damn it!
It's fine, Ski. It's fine.
Yeah, I could probably do that. I would say 5 silver a person. Seem fair?
More than fair, good sir.
How about we just hand them 3 gold?
Yeah, I do the math in my head to make
Yeah.
sure that's right. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We can head off. He points back towards. It's like a sailing sloop. Very, very majestic, very well put together. Very simple layout, realistically, at the end of the day. He goes, yeah, I can get you up there. I was hoping to head up towards Frostholm anyways, before the waters freeze over, spend some time on the lake. So, we'll hit up the area there, but we should be able to make that happen for you. When you want to leave, I only see 4 of you, so...
As soon as our companion joins us,
Okay, yeah.
they had to.
Do you
Grab
allow
something
pets
first.
on board?
As long as they don't make a mess, we'll put you to work. We'll have you swabbing the deck, right?
What's that mean?
That means I'm gonna give you a mop and bucket to clean it up. I like you, but
Is this Ski's first time on a boat?
No, Ski's been canoeing, never on a sailboat. They have canoed before in the forests, so they've done like the canoeing and the stick and everything. Like, I couldn't remember what it was called. In the canals.
Or
No, not an oar. Like the canals, like where it has like when they're pushing it, like with the stick on a log. What's it called?
A gondola, perhaps.
Thank you.
That's the boat. The stick itself, I think, is just an oar.
Or
it might be.
I think it's just called an oar.
Ski knows that. Ski knows nothing about sailing because in the forest there is no wind. Not a lot of it, anyways.
Yeah, we can head out whenever you're ready. He sits out ahead. He's like, I'm Grunkar, and who might you folks be?
Gungar. I'm pulling up my notes just in case he becomes my friend. Grunkar.
Grunkar. Grunkar.
Is he gonna be my friend, David?
I don't know. We haven't gotten.
You have to ask.
I must know.
We can head out. I'm supplied and ready to go. I was heading out anyways. If anyone comes along, and the opposing folks do as well as any.
Perfect. Well, my name's Colt.
Meet you.
I'm Skileta. My friends call me Ski. I have a total of 14 friends. Would you like to be friend 15?
You know what, Miss Ski? I think that would be enjoyable to me. Lucky number 15.
Yes! Putting it on the list. How do you spell it again? G-U...
Yeah, G-R-U-N-K. Grunk. A-R. Grunk.
I love it. So good.
Grunkar is, I think, number 15. My list got deleted off my computer, which is fine. I have it written down, so I think it's 15 or 14, so...
Either way.
And you, Mr. Intense Looking, your name is?
My name's Casper.
Casper?
Call me Flint, though.
Meet you, Flint. And our very attractive lady friend, you are?
Oh, sorry. Me? I was reading.
It's all good. I realized I caught you off guard. He's complimenting you.
Hearts was still like shopping in the back of her head. She's like, oh, I saw this thing that I liked, and I saw this thing that I liked, and it's making that list. I'm sorry. I get a little bit distracted sometimes. Were you referring to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you can call me Hearts. Everybody does.
Pleasure
But the name is Temperance McCoy.
Pleasure to meet you, the four of you. I can't wait to meet your acquaintance, your last acquaintance, and I'll be aboard when you guys are ready. Just hail me. He kind of waves at you, and you ship.
She's a father.
Hi. Good to know.
That's honestly creating the character and giving her the title of father. I was waiting to see how long it would be until we got some really genderqueer sentences like she's a father.
Leave it to Steve.
Yeah.
Perfect. Beautiful.
I told my fiance, or I explained to my fiance what gender bent means. And I'm just like, this is kind of a cool example. It's like father who's not a father. Father who's not a man.
Yeah, something like that. Father's not a man. Gender bend, when you take a character you love and you make them the gender that they're not.
I know, but like I did wind up saying like me going as Jasmine.
Yeah, exactly.
Got other problems, but yes.
It'd be like you going as Sleeping Beauty.
I was gonna say Jane from like Tarzan and Jane, but.
Oh yeah. Okay, pause the stream. What's everyone's Disney gender?
We're getting off track. Quick pan over to Sophia. What are you up to while everyone's?
Yeah. I just legitimately picking up whatever items that it is that we bought in between sessions. And I think she's just like muttering to herself as she like walks through the streets, just like, ah, shit, we're going back to. Okay. Are we going back there? And just wandering and marching through, buying things, making sure that I got those diamonds for Revivify. And then I'm gonna send a. Oh boy, no, yeah, I'll use a sending spell.
Oh
God.
Here for it.
Who to?
Who to? That's the good question. It's not your father this time.
Is it our new buddy? Is it our new buddy?
No, it's not. How can I can't send a message to a person I haven't met.
No, I'm from the train.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was his name? Cameron?
Yep.
The one that's not
Cameron.
Yeah. I think Ethan's dead.
No.
Cameron's still alive.
Yeah.
dead. Yeah. That's crazy. I will send a message to Mouse. I sent you a whole fucking blurb of shit over Discord, David, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you read it or not.
Oh gosh.
I know you did send me. I just gotta double check. Stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. Hey, Mouse. Been a minute. Don't know where in the world you are right now, but I think I'm heading back to your neck of the woods. Might need some info.
Don't get anything back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You don't get
Okay. And I will also pick up a change of clothes. Nothing too expensive, but just a little bit outside of the like prim and proper fatherly priestly attire that Sophia has at the moment.
Quick question: what armor would Sophia pick up for ski?
Whatever it is that you
Okay,
wanted.
I'm just double checking because I'm like, what do I want? You know what? It might be light armor, but studded leather's better than anything. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
Oh, can you get scale mail? It's 50 gold. Thank you.
Sure. I got scam. Okay. Got it. We did all our shopping in between episodes. This was just the in-lore. I went and actually collected the items.
I wanted to double check that I didn't remove it from the money. Yeah, so I was wondering
fund.
if you were doing
Gotcha.
it or anything. So I was just like, I'm not going to touch the party fund.
Nope. I have not touched the money aside from the money that I personally spent, which included a little change of clothes, nothing too fancy. Probably some sort of bandana of some sort, probably black. And a high caliber rifle that I'm going to take this time as I'm walking through the city to attune with and make holy.
Yeah. High caliber rifles are kind of weird. I'm hoping, right? Probably. Should say single shot.
Yeah.
Right?
If they take a something, hold on. I was looking through
Yeah,
it.
bolt action.
It's bolt.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Where'd the document go?
Yeah, breach load. So single shot breach load takes bonus action to reload.
Yeah, but I also have the firearms expert, which gets rid of the loading quality on firearms.
Actually, I'm not going to get scale mail because I just realized that does not work for my character. So just take the money. I don't need any more armor.
All right.
You have studded though, don't you?
No, I have no armor equipped.
No,
can-
but I can
I think
give you
studded-
studded.
Yeah, studded
If you
is
want.
better than nothing for you.
True.
as you're kind of like learning the high caliber rifle, it's an interesting piece of equipment, very different from what you're used to. In fact, like this is a piece of military hardware that somebody has dumbed down for civilian use. Hashtag America. And so this is like it, and like the rounds are big. It's a heavy, clunky, awkward thing to carry around. It's gonna take some time to get comfortable with it, but you're used to handling big rifles, so
it's, I think, from like the view of a person on the street, it is uncomfortably comfortable in her grasp. It's just enough. It's like riding a bike after not riding one for years, I think, for Sophia. It's one of those like, yeah, I remember this. It's going to take a minute, but a few shots in and I'll be fine. I'll sling it over the shoulder. And then come on back and meet up with everyone.
As you guys board the ship, Drunkar makes space in you. It's a pretty comfortable setup. So basically, the main deck itself is pretty clean and clear. Wood of it's pretty polished, and then there's just a space for him to stand at the back.
So we've determined it's clean and clear, but is it under control?
That remains to be seen. And then heading below deck, there's a fair bit of like space. Effectively, there's 2 cabins with a porthole at the very front of it that are set up and easy for you to kind of handle and watch kind of as you sail through. Basically, the cabins they're set up as bunks. So if you guys were going to be here for an extended period of time, you would be able to bunk on it. You're only going to be here for about half a day, so there's not much sense you actually spending time whistling down. But if you wanted to take a nap or spend some alone time, it would definitely be available to you. And then there's a small galley / like communal sitting area that is basically a table that's built in as part of the decking here with benches kind of around it. And around that, you can scoot in front of the ship. Overall, it's a fairly nice ship. As soon as you're all on board, Drunkar pushes off, sets in. Kind of, there's people on the deck, like a bunch of like regular dock workers that kind of like come out, help push the ship, get it clear, unfurls the sails, and kind of sets up along the river. You guys are again have about half a day here to kind of do anything that you're looking for, so this is kind of a little bit of your time to do what you need.
All right. Well, here's everyone's things. Hope you didn't mind. I didn't discuss it with all y'all, but I picked up some diamonds too along the way. Gonna help us out long term. Yeah.
Well, it'd be like, how? You gonna spend them? Like,
now, Mr. Colt, were you one of the folks who had the unfortunate brush with death really early on?
I think he took any damage.
Right.
I don't think I took any
he
damage.
didn't. He chilled over in the corner like I ain't getting near that shit.
Right. You were the one in the back.
Good shots,
now,
thank you.
That's fair. You did have some good shots. Good shots from the back.
What are you implying, Father?
But no, our lovely friend Tasbor is unfortunately fortunately a little bit more skilled in this than I am. But if one of our lovely friends here happens to keel over and go meet the great beyond, if I'm quick enough, I can get them back to us before they become a permanent resident. And unfortunately, there's a price to pay for life, and sometimes that price is a 300 gold diamond.
If I know anything, that everything comes with a price, Father.
Not everything. Some things are free. Like the salt in your hair and the smell of the river, I guess. I was about to say the sea. I've never been there. Would be nice.
That is true. And it is. It's very nice. I'll have to take you one time.
Yeah, maybe once we got Mr. Flint's daughter back and safe.
Yeah, no detours.
I mean, I
right
still have my vacation shoes around somewhere.
I'm sure you do.
Might wear them on the boat. They're fairly water resistant.
They're Crocs, right? Like canonically, they were Crocs.
They're the
Cowboy
they're
Crocs,
the
yeah,
cowboy
yeah.
boot Crocs. Yeah.
Amazing.
Here, have this serious character that I have developed with a fair amount of trauma and backstory. Also, they wear cowboy boot Crocs.
Just to offset the trauma.
Vacation dad shirt. Yeah.
I played a serious character who also wore Crocs but had owl feet. Like, I get it.
Sometimes, you just need that dad energy, and I went, what would James do?
As it's a fairly simple transition up the river. It's a very pretty view. A lot of this area hasn't really been developed very heavily. Along the river specifically, large ports made sense to kind of like spread out from there. They were independent. For example, Korston was its own little city-state for the longest time, so there's never really a need. Leads to a very beautiful kind of transition as you sail along, going from the more simple and traditional like deciduous trees, the big sweeping maples and poplars that you see around places like the plain, heading into the more coniferous trees. So you've seen a lot of pine, a lot of spruce trees, stuff like that. Sailing alongside of as you go, and it's kind of almost like a seamless transition where you start with one and it slowly becomes the other, or eventually you find yourself more in the northern region. It has its own kind of haunting beauty. Find yourself fairly shortly though at Korston. Pulling into port's pretty quick and easy. It's a very busy port with a lot of stuff happening around. You can tell though it was built to be busier than it is. While it's currently still a fairly busy and active place, the vibe of the space is that it has gone from being a very large, important economic center to being somewhat of a almost like a tourist destination. It has fallen into that damp where it's like you can tell the importance is there. You can tell that there's a lot of that nature and grandeur that was put into a lot of the structures, but it's also like it seems a little for show. And even pulling into port, it feels like a lot of it feels like a lot of show. Korston itself is a very pretty town. It's very well maintained, very manicured. The town itself, as you're sailing towards it, you can see is surrounded by a large stone wall. It is, by definition, an original city. Included with that, you see guards walking around. They wear, like, you can tell they're probably marshals. They wear more of a traditional garb, probably part of that element of selling the kind of space on it. It's a fairly flat, set into a harbored space on this river, which then leads, you can see in the distance, a very large house. And as you sail up, pull in, Brunker's like, well, it was a pleasure having you on board. You guys were fairly quiet, so if you need anything else in the future, feel free to reach out. I happily sail with you folks again.
Now, are you going to be...
You want this fish I caught on the way here?
Sure, if you're not going to eat it.
I was just trying to pass the time. I'll be real with you. I wasn't expecting to catch anything.
The river's always great. Happily takes the fish.
Now, are you going to be hanging out here for a while, or are you just heading right back?
Actually, I'm heading up to the lake there, but get somebody with one of those magical spells lets you, send people messages in their minds. You can.
I gotcha.
Beautiful, perfect. Yeah, reach out and.
But we don't know anyone who has that ability.
Oh well.
Oh, ski. You know what? You're right. I don't have that ability. Do not expect any messages from us.
Because I'm pretty sure Father hasn't told anyone about these messages.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so.
Colt's received a letter about
Aside
it.
from
Oh yeah. You'd probably look at Sophia like, seriously, dude.
I looked back with the like, of course. Why wouldn't I? God, why would I be given holy powers if I couldn't have a little bit of fun with them every now and then?
Yeah, it's he's like, well, yeah, I could reach out. I'd be happy to carry you a lot again. Any excuse to use the boat, right? I'm deep.
Right, you're
I just think it's commendable how you turned boating into a way of living for you.
Well, it's connecting with my ancestors.
I hear tiny homes are the way to go nowadays.
If you can't live on it, what's the point? No, but yeah, I will. I'd be happy to carry you guys. Just let me know.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you so much for your hospitality.
Oh.
He gets onto his boat and just whether he'll be seen again, who knows?
He's on the
list.
He's like, he will come back.
Yeah, he doesn't have a choice.
He's on a list.
All right,
He's on the list.
On a list.
At one point, I'm gonna message him and be like, "Hey, I think I left my boots in your cabin."
Now, quick question to all of us here. How do we want to approach this?
Well, I don't think asking around openly about the Black Pheonix Gang is gonna get us anywhere.
Ski, do you have a? It looks like you have an idea.
Why don't we just go ask people if they know where they live, and we can go make friends with them, and then maybe we can ask where the daughter is, and then they just give her to us.
Right. See, I think I like the direct approach in most cases. However, I think we might be a little too close to it. And
if they don't, we kill them.
Ooh.
I split it in half, right? I'm allowed to kill these ones, right?
Little too far.
Okay.
Too
We need
far.
something right
too
in the
far.
middle there, Ski.
I mean, we got arrest records, right? Is anyone currently detained in this here city that we could maybe ask some questions to? Now, Mr. Flint, why are we out here without any leads? Why didn't we talk to anyone
we were
first?
led to here. Now, from here, we got to figure out new lead.
All right.
Yes.
Yes, Skileta.
Oh, Skileta now. Okay. Well.
Here's an eraser.
Hearts is really good at twisting men's desires and making it so that they can get information. Why don't we use Hearts?
I mean, I can't. I can't deny that. Hearts, you feel like you have any leads on that?
I mean, I suppose it depends on what these folks are like. Ain't no saying for sure that they're into women or even into humans.
Well,
all in all,
I got a bit of an idea. Why don't we find like maybe a town like this has got a bit of a town hall, or maybe they've got a bit of a mayor's office or something. Maybe we should ask around and see where trouble's coming from. Necessarily, Black Pheonix, but just trouble.
Well, if Hearts can't seduce them, can't Colt?
No comment.
I mean,
probably, but
I could always.
Doesn't that go against your vows?
I mean, I think that Heart would.
Oh, darling, you are fresh.
I think that Hearts would probably
No, it does not go against my
Feel most
vows.
comfortable, like, searching out the seediest watering hole she can find.
Oh, can I
Something like
come?
that.
Yeah. It's like off to the side. So basically, when you
It's just right there.
when you sail into port, basically, I'm using Banff as the analogy because it's the one I'm sure most of us are familiar with. You got like the main stretch, you go down, and it's all prettified for tourists. Effectively, the harbor leads to a main road, which has got a bunch of shops and like inns and stuff kind of along, and then it leads to a central area where there's a little bit of like a gathering space. There'd be like offices and stuff like that. Frontier Adventure Company office of the area is. And then there's a path that leads to like a very large gated off like estate space that's kind of set up as well. Is how it is. And then if you kind of like deviate off from that, you get into the place where the people who actually live here are. You get a little bit further in, you can start to find the places where actual locals tend to go. So there's some shadier places. If you kind of poke around and you stick your nose into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that that's a good idea. I don't know if anybody wants to come along or if I should do this one alone. Visiting like a mayor's office or
I'll
the
come along.
Frontier Adventure Company office here sounds like a good idea too.
I feel like we should probably stick together
Yeah.
for now. We're not really in.
I feel like that's a good good idea.
Have each other's backs.
All right, well, I'll stick with you then.
I can't say I'm a fan of this town.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's fake.
It's all storefronts, More interesting what's going on in the back end.
That is where
Always.
the real deals are made.
If I remember anything from our lessons, never go to the back end. Without consent.
Now, Mr. Casper, what have you been teaching?
Well, I didn't say nothing about that.
Just
People pick stuff up from places other than just.
No, you should never break into somebody's house in the back entrance. You should always knock the front door to ask to come in. Never knock the back door because that's just weird. What were you thinking of?
No,
I mean,
don't worry about Ski.
for a holy person, a lot of people come to me with very unholy things.
What's unholy? Wait, I'm confused.
When it doesn't have holes.
What?
Like cheddar cheese or
Swiss.
anything that ain't Swiss.
Anything that isn't Swiss, I guess.
Major statement from Sophia, character statement from Sophia tonight. Any cheese that isn't Swiss is an unholy abomination.
Does that mean Sophia just eats Swiss cheese on their sandwiches? If it's cheddar, that's like, no.
She puts her own holes in it.
Yeah, whenever she has cheese, it is Swiss.
There's a pretty prominent building here as well. This estate is kind of popping out at me. Maybe we should saunter up there and see if there's like a placard on it or something like that explains what this estate is.
I could ring the doorbell just like we did with Frederick. Maybe they're friendly.
Yeah, we can do that after we check to see if there's some identifier on it or something like that.
Would Colt know what this building is?
Oh yeah.
Or Sophia, for that matter.
Yeah. So if you approached it first, kind of before you headed off to your bar, the gates are closed, so it is kind of like walled in, and
The gated community.
Yeah.
By definition. So the door is adorned by two stags. They're kind of like hooves matched together, and then there's a coat of arms in between that is made up of that pose, that exact pose. A coat of arms, made up with swords crossed over behind the shield. And this is the residence of the mayor, capital T, capital T. While it was an individual place, the mayorship was more of a hereditary, small-scale monarchy-style position. And this is the estate of the family that, for centuries preceded over Korston. Blazoned on the actual crest is the name McAllister.
Does that name mean anything to me? Do I know that name at all?
Yes, you would. Nick, like, I see how much I give away without giving away too much. In your former line of work, the mayor, capital T, capital M, McAllister, was a very big.
Gotcha.
Would I know that as well?
You would know this name.
Yeah.
Because it's the same last name. Man who you put away. Responsible for what? It's not.
Oh boy.
It's not James McAllister, the current brother of Korston. Definitely a family connection.
Father or son or something related. Gotcha. All right. I guess I'd imagine me, myself, and father, upon reading the name, would probably have a bit of a glance at each other. I think this came up on the dossier a couple times, and I do remember this one quite heavily.
On the flip side, Colt, you know the name McAllister. They are one of the wealthy families with a capital W. They're one of the few people that your father would actually have to kowtow over.
And they're notorious for leaving their youngest child at home when they go on vacation?
No, they are not.
I see what you did there, and I
Actually, their son has multiple criminal charges for attempted manslaughter, including electrocution, nail gun.
I mean, that all seems to fit with his family's pattern.
Yeah.
Piano.
It's bold to say that
That report was an
they're
interesting
part
one.
of a hall.
Yeah, so the McAllister family sits on.
My daughter is a little chip off the old block, so if this place is booby trapped, it might be her doing.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
But yeah, it's
Fair
a
enough.
4-story tall building. The grounds are kept, and people are looking by and coming. It's clearly one of the things people come specifically.
What's the time of? Where's the sun at right now?
About 4 p.m. give or take.
4:20 blazing.
what's that mean?
Ah, boy.
You look over and Sophia just has an incense stick, like a piece of long barley. It's left-handed barley, please.
Jazz barley.
Yeah. So
The devil's barley.
It's a closed estate. The family still owns it. But they're while they don't control the lands, they can't assign the lands to people. They can't give titles. They can't do a lot of the previous stuff they could do. Basically, the entirety of Korston still is pretty heavily under their thumb. Your father has hotels here that are some of his nicest hotels. He pays his pound of flesh to the McAllister family for them to.
It sounds so much like that. All right, well, should we just let ourselves in, or should we put a pin in this one?
I don't think breaking
big pin.
in would be the best thing to do.
Yeah, I don't.
I feel like it's the straight line, but
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, if it's around midnight, late, maybe that's a better time to let ourselves in if we don't have luck.
I will say this as a bounty hunter, you know what to look for. You can tell the entire yard is meant to be lit, and you can see all of the lampposts and everything. You can tell that it's a very manicured estate. It's a rich person estate, but it's also kind of its own fortress.
Now, quick question. Father, you got yourself a nice new shiny thing by your side. You reckon you could take out some lights
absolutely.
from a rooftop a couple hundred feet away?
Oh, it wouldn't be too much of a problem.
All right. And if needs be, we might be able to turn the lights off on this sucker before we approach it.
That's an option. I could also just, wave an incense decanter and say I'm there to bless the property again. Keep ghouls out.
You could try that as well.
I like that
Absolutely. We got all the options in front of us right now. I'm just thinking
Yeah.
about plan Bs
Many
and
plans.
Cs.
Look, when there's a ghost sleeping in your bed, you know who you're gonna call.
Father Sophia
Yep.
Belle.
The preacher.
Ghost preacher.
For some reason, Tubular Bell starts playing instead of Ghostbusters.
Okay, well, let's
You're looking for
pin
a
this.
CD bar.
Well, I mean, if we're all sticking together, then that's probably not a good plan. Just because all of us rolling in there at once is going to be counterproductive to getting some drunk men to open up to me.
Yeah, it might be better if we like split up and then rendezvous back.
Well, I mean,
Gotta be nice.
Nice
everybody
rendezvous
wanted to
back.
stick together. We definitely can.
Yeah.
Didn't you say that there was a company office here? That seems like a logical place to check out.
Yeah, let's start there. And then, I mean, we can still stick together, but stagger our entrances so as not to arouse suspicions. Let's start at the frontier. Let's get ourselves grounded here first.
Sounds like a
Gotta
good
put my
plan.
backpacks on.
Yeah, much like everything else here, the Frontier Adventure Company building is externally very nice. It's stone construction. What bit of it is wood is beautiful timbers. It's one of the things Korston was known for was for its super high quality. A lot of previous Oaklane military ships got their key components, specifically their masts, from Korston. So it's something that the area is known for, and it comes through in a lot of the like stone and wood construction that you see. The interior of the building is still fairly nice. There's a degree of cleanliness, and there's a couple other parties that are around as you enter. This one's a little bit different, so as you walk in, it's more of a hall style structure. So you kind of walk in, and then there's just all of a sudden, like, effectively a bar that's going around. You see a human man who's kind of like standing around with a group of kobolds who are like organizing things for him, and he's talking to them. He kind of looks over at you. He goes, I'm sorry, we weren't expecting visitors. My name is Elias. What can I do for you?
Thank you, Elias.
We're
We're the Hammer of the Frontier. You may have heard of us by now, maybe not. But
Yes,
we've got our badges or whatever, flash our credentials. Well, we're just in here doing a bit of investigation, trying to get to the bottom of the Callisters. They might have something of mine, and I'm fixing to get it back.
I understand. Come on in. He nods to one of the kobolds, and they like scurry over, and they kind of like look out the door, and they like close it over. Elias turns around and goes, "Now, not from around here, so I'm part of it. There are some things we don't say. Maybe we don't mention the patron of the city investigating any form of criminal activity which they may or probably have been involved in. Please.
Sounds like you're in his pocket. Okay.
There's some things we don't talk about for safety, Mr. Casper.
And as he sits down, kind of like waves off the other like parties who are there, kind of give this look of like, no, this is our outpost. He kind of like more aggressive. You see like that moment where it's like you could see the connection between him and Taz, where he kind of gives them a look, and they're like, okay. And they head up, a flight of stairs towards probably where the sleeping accommodations are in space. And he sits and he goes, now, he pulls up a few chairs. The kobolds, like, they seem like almost like servants in the way that they move. Like, he doesn't really seem to be talking to them, but they just kind of know what to do as he's going. Very quiet about it. And he kind of sits down. He goes, "Now, I understand. You're here for something. I do what I can to help. This is our mission and our creed and everything, but must caution you against being so."
Really do appreciate that. We're kind of in new territory and figuring stuff out ourselves.
Now, what specifically?
I think specifically it might shock you to know, but it seems that the McAllister family are in the business of kidnapping and killing.
Yes. 100%.
Okay, you're not shocked. Fair enough.
Do you know who James McAllister is?
An asshole.
I do know a small amount of who he is, and it's a very important small amount, but what else have you got?
James McAllister is the mayor, as in of the Underground Kings. His family is one of the founding members of that organization. Kidnapping and murder is beneath him personally, but if you dredge the river, there's more than enough bodies that have ties to the dealings of that.
So basically, he has people to do that for him.
Yeah, you hit a certain level of wealth, and you don't have to shovel the fish out the drain.
Fair enough.
Good thing we're not looking for dead people.
That's
We hope.
Easy there, Bob.
I sense a tension around this issue, particularly. And he leans over to one of the kobolds and says something in Draconic, and they kind of like scurry off. Return a moment later with cups of tea, and face them down for a bow. You are correct. You are fish out of water, as they say in this case. I will do everything I can to help you, but I will not help you get yourselves out. If there's something I can do to get you solved with this, or perhaps a matter of trinket or personal item, maybe this is something that's best left to friends. It's not necessarily a...
Now, we wouldn't be all the way out here acting all stupid if we were losing or worried about a couple hundred gold or something like that. It's a very personal item. In the sense that, and I look around to make sure that no one else is listening. Besides the group.
Are there still kobolds in the room?
And I'm going to whisper into his... Actually, no, I've got telepathy. I'm going to telepath that into his mind. And I'm just going to reach out to him, and I'm just going to say, item that we're missing is my daughter.
Oh, that...
It's like, my dude, telepathy for a reason.
Yeah, right? I just...
Oh, here's the thing. He trusts like any of you with like sense motive or anything like that passively can tell he trusts these kobolds implicitly. Like there's some kind of like deep connection between him and them, and like it's just one of those things that like he seems to like like whatever he can hear, take it. He's like that complicates things.
Point where you're not able to help us anymore?
Why I can make requests. I can do a lot. How about an audience? The best I can give you. The way will you leave this situation? The least direct conversation with James. He's a monster, or greedy dragon of sorts. And you see one of the kobolds give him a look, and he goes,
Not
"No, not you know what I mean. You know what."
No.
is he? Sorry, Elias. Is he?
He's human.
What's his physical
he's a
description
human.
again?
So
He's
a
human?
medium build human, kind of a well-maintained,
Gotcha.
black hair and beard. Wears a pair of half-moon glasses. Actually, they look exactly the same ones as you have seen Taz wearing. But he's one of those people that looking at him, if you were to try and describe him to somebody, it would just be human.
Like generic human.
He's one of those people where you go, I have seen you somewhere before, and he goes, oh, I've got one of those faces.
Now, do you know rumors? Is his power built upon within him, or is his power his wealth and his authority?
His power is the most powerful type of power, wealth.
Okay, so he can bleed and easy, but the thing is he'll be surrounded. I got it.
Yes, there's a reason that he so openly operates. Even the Oaklane military have to level the city to rout him fully, and even then, I doubt they would truly kill the fox. Not that I think he would die near the
Well, this has gotten itself to be kind of interesting, but I like a challenge.
Can I?
What?
I'm sorry. Just while this is all happening, something isn't sitting right for Sophia. I don't know what it is, but there's that something's off about this man, about the kobolds. And I'm wondering if I can just
Hearts is feeling the same thing.
Yeah.
Insight perhaps, and or perception. Try to it feels like he's not a real man, or he's not who he seems to be.
It's the glasses being the same as Taz's that really bugs me.
It's also the kobold health.
Does he have an accent when he
something's
speaks
wrong.
Draconic.
I mean, it's a draconic accent. It's when he speaks draconic, it's very similar to what Taz does.
Okay. I thought.
I kind of wanted to just be Taz in disguise.
Could you imagine?
But I would also love to do an insight check.
Yeah, you know what? Give me some insights.
Casper is not doing an insight
21.
because he is closer than he's ever been and is singular focused right now. And this dude's giving information.
Ski's just drinking tea.
That's real bad. But
Sophia has not touched the tea.
So Colton and
Sophia has not
and
touched
Art,
anything.
This man is, he's a bit eccentric. He's a bit weird. Some of his personality seems to be, different. He's just a bit of a different person. But as far as you can tell, he seems to be speaking truthfully. Father, I'm gonna get you to give me an Arcana on top of your insight.
For sure. 12? Would I be able to spend a holy weapon feat to give myself advantage on that int roll
I'd give you that.
as part of the Inquisitor subclass? So
Yeah,
do you want me to re-roll it, or do you want me to just take that 14? Okay. 18?
The way Elias moves and talks, this is his body. In the same way your body is. This is who Elias wanted to be. And you can tell this, as he talks and everything, same thing. He's truthful, he's telling the truth.
Gotcha. No wonder.
You don't have a quick question. Have you ever seen, does James make his way out around town?
He does.
You ever seen him with a young girl that didn't look black?
You watch him make a face. It's the kind of face that, like, he stops. And it's like you never asked the question.
Sorry. Did you hear me there, sir?
I apologize. I know you asked if we were going to ask something, but something not. Can you repeat it for me?
Oh.
While
I'm gonna do it into his mind this time.
While you're doing that, I would like to step out of the room for a moment, like maybe like fake a cough or something, to step outside of the room, and I'm gonna cast Detect Magic before I come back inside.
Okay, I'm gonna give you first, Casper, kind of what happens. As you like project the thought, it's water off a duck's back. The question registers, but it's almost like it like as soon as his brain seems to like kind of grab onto it, it almost seems to like filter away.
So this feels like in Harry Potter that memory erasing spell where like Hermione goes and like oblivion. So like
removes herself from
her parents, right? So it's just like if her
memory.
parents even asked about it, they wouldn't even know. Right?
From a like an in-game feeling perspective, it's very much hurts as you cast Detect Magic. There's this permeation of illusory magic that seems to kind of be clinging on to everything, but it's mingled with a few different things, enchantments and such. There is a perception being cast over the entire time, and it settles on. You can't really pinpoint it because it almost feels like it's baked into the walls of the way that it's.
Okay. So it's like, have I experienced anything like that on this level before?
Yeah, so there's places that use magic to effectively solve a problem. Sometimes it's things like mass hysteria. Sometimes it's to ward off sicknesses. Areas that are really cold might use it to artificially effectively heat the surrounding area, or to maybe make the people not care so much about the cold. This magic feels like it's constructed in a very specific way where certain questions, certain statements about the McAllister family are effectively hard to grasp. The longer you spend time here, the harder it will be to ask certain questions. Some people are stronger to it. Some people have capacity to kind of still question things, still ask questions. If, for example, Elias here is able to have that conversation saying, well, the McAllisters aren't good people, but, there's this kind of looming sense something is being manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
And if you spend too much time here yourselves, you could fall victim to it. One of those tinges, though, is effectively like a glyph of that's kind of baked into whatever the spell is permeating the space. And something's triggered it. You can't really tell what it's doing or what its intent is, but you know something has triggered it.
Okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Mr. Elias, what was your last name again?
Stone. Elias Stone.
Stone. Gotcha. Understood. Just, you strike a bearing resemblance to our lovely Tazbor back in Sand Mist.
I'm very familiar. Now how is he?
Tazzy's great.
Oh, phenomenal. He's great. He's I think a little happy to have us out of his
for
hair.
a little bit.
I think he likes being
He's
alone.
always been a bit of a solemn type. Wouldn't cast him aside though. He's quite a pleasant individual.
He is. Tazzie's great. We play pranks on each other, and I make him laugh, and I bring him spicy juice.
I can't ever recall a time hearing Casper laugh.
Oh, he doesn't laugh out loud, but you see it in his eyes.
I hope you have brought him joy. Though for him to have you up here bearing his name, I'm sure you do. Although it might be the caps, the glasses. Because a lot of us wear these. They allow us to consume information faster. They allow us a few different shortcuts.
That's understandable.
The way he's talking about Taz, hearts in the back of her head is trying to figure out whether like long distance best friend or ex boyfriend.
Yeah, right?
Just from that fondness in his tone.
You just see like hearts like in the back of her mind, like has the red whiteboard with all the red string. Like, how does this?
Exactly. It's inside of her brain right now.
Every Frontier Adventure Company guild master has had sex.
It's a requirement. No.
It's how you build a good Spartan legion.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not a love triangle or a love square. It's a love mesh.
It's a legion.
Yeah, love web.
Yeah, but he's like, yeah, no. I hope there's our passing similarities don't go. We're both researchers in the way, so.
It's all good. Now, of course, we don't mean to, put yourself or anyone else in any danger here. But if one was looking to get in contact with the powers it be, just to say we're tracking down some missing cargo, things that went missing, that were supposed to arrive on time for a different investor, who would we go about talking to?
Before he can answer, you hear the distinct, sudden thunk, thunk. One of the kobolds scurries forward, opens the door, and a very well steps. As he approaches, he kind of bows to Elias. It's going kind of like curtly in the like, you're not supposed to be here, but I have to allow it. Way.
To what do we pleasure?
Presence here. Guards from the coast.
Who are you?
Who might you be?
And who might you be?
One of the agents. Our duty is to deliver messages. Master McAllister. He understands got some questions. He's a very busy man. Very much appreciated. On return for a small.
You work for the asshole?
Ski.
Am I not allowed to say that?
No, we've talked about this before.
That's an
Ski. You're just
inside
following
thought.
assholes.
But he is.
Been a while since I had rabbit stew.
We apologize for her.
I understand. Folk from your part of the world, a little less dressed in the mannerisms of how all this happens. There is some natural hostility. It can't be avoided. It's something we all work to level over. Mr.
How exactly did you, Mr. McAllister here, find out that we question?
We have our way.
News travels that fast in town?
want to inspect the kobolds.
Yeah. Go for it.
Is there one that is different than the
No,
other ones?
So it's 2 red kobolds and a blue kobold standing together.
Yeah.
I'll
They're
say
all
this:
just chilling.
Ski just feels like being talked down to for being a lesser class. It is just glaring at this point, like hands on axe, just like tightening a little bit, but not drawing the axe, just holding onto it, like.
Easy, Ski. I know what you're thinking.
Beside her and put her hand on her shoulder, like, okay.
We can show them how savage we are later.
I'm not a savage.
I don't think Casper meant in the term of
In
Flares.
He kind of crosses the room quickly. He places a box down. It's like an ebony wood box, beautiful in gold inlays. Like it's a well structured. It's probably not big, but that big. With a seal and a letter. This is Master McAllister's proposal. So good. Nothing dubious. We understand the frontier adventure. We're not here to change the nature of this relationship. It's a simple request. We would like you to help us donate some money to charity.
Sounds kind of dubious.
Which charity?
Charity doesn't matter. It's the means of which you're going to acquire. Tonight there's a bit of a friendly with a hefty buy now. Master Callis participating there. There's a member who's got their hopes up for a win, a big change of their fate. We would like where that will cover you. Of course, he looks at the 5 of you.
You don't know how to change a tire? I can change your tire.
Not like that.
Casper.
When you
looks just like you guys blame me.
Well, yeah. You pick a charity deal. Make sure the money goes. How does that?
Who's our unlucky guest?
Member of mining guild who has recently found himself with bad cases of enough money.
Oh, is it a threat?
Name.
Did they get themselves a bit of scratch? What's wrong with that?
Rat. Sometimes there's circumstances that need to be taken. Events that should proceed. And he looks at you, Sophia, and goes, person dealing with is the head Roy family, Roy Mining.
Rat. Does that mean anything to me?
You would know McCoy Mining. It's like they control a large supply of like raw resources. Iron mostly is kind of their thing. Recently they've opened a lot of steel. It's one of those things that like it's one of those brands you don't really know until somebody says it and goes, oh, because you've seen their name pressed onto lots of things.
Like Oracle.
Depending on how closely you follow the news, you would know that the head of the family.
Yeah, this has gotten like complicated.
Jebediah McCoy is not good with his finances, and less so his wife. And
Gotcha.
It's kind of like one of those like in the tabloid. Ooh, they were seen selling their yacht.
Right.
And he kind of sits there and he pushes forward the box. Inside it are 10 nobles, A noble is 2,500. He goes, this is your entry.
25,000 gold.
There are 5 players, right? All the same entry fee. So whoever you decide is fitting of that board. You just see you ensure the entire pot is delivered to a charity of your choice. The Master McAllister.
Now, what makes you so certain that we can win a poker game?
Hearts.
Hearts, yeah.
I love who's asking this question.
Yeah. Even Ski's looking at Hearts like, bitch, I've seen you at the tavern. What the fuck are you talking about?
And he's like, well, you know how common games like this are to the nobility, as it were, as it was. This is a fun game to be played, to wager large sums of money on, usually for the purposes of good business. We know where folk like you come from, that it's usually more of a way of life. I'm sure one of them might be skill. Looks kind of like at the group and goes, a man who likes to ask questions. You look right? I don't care who enters and who plays. I just care that you win. However you see fit.
Seems a simple enough task. When is the game?
Tonight.
I mean, that ain't a lot of time to prepare, but... Well, you got somewhere we're supposed to go for these fancy new duds?
We'll send a tailor your way if you so wish. Have them dress you here.
Does the person participate in the only one that can get in, or?
Oh no. He kind of looks at you for a moment and goes, in fact, I would dare say you probably have a VIP entry place hosting.
Oh no.
And very
no.
And
that by chance at a hotel?
We're gonna go to break.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna give ourselves a chance to stretch our legs. It's been an hour and a half. You may have noticed we changed our format a little bit. I need to get up and go. I have emptied my water bottle. I need to refill that.
I'm
ready for my dex rolls.
We're going to take about a 10-minute break here. You get a chance to take care of ourselves, get some snacks, get ourselves good to go. We will see all of you lovely folks in
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
All right.
Guilt.
Yeah, I'm good.
He was dead as a doornail.
They last left you.
Geek.
Had issues. You were they were debating whether or not to do a charity program. It sounded like the conclusion was yes.
Ski's
Yes.
against it. Ski's extremely against it.
Casper's kind of against it, but wants to see hearts in their element. Feel like this can be our plan A. We've kind of got a plan B already.
Just keep in mind,
I
if
mean-
this goes wrong and I don't win, we could be in all kinds of trouble. Now, I do have
That's true.
some ways of helping out there, but I also don't know what kind of magical defenses they might have in place. In a kind of anti-magic field, and, well, you know, I hate to share my whole bag of tricks, but some of my moves be right out the window.
I think of it this way. We don't necessarily have to win. He just has to lose.
I mean, I
Made it
suppose
sound like we were
so.
supposed to take the pot, donate that to charity.
Hmm.
There's no guarantees the others are going to do the same. So it feels kind of like we have to win, but I agree. More importantly, they have to lose. So if we take first, that's the goal. As long as they don't take first, that's all.
Nice.
I love him.
Now, I'm not much for being in the room where it happens, so to say. But I wouldn't mind keeping an eye on everything from maybe the next door over. What's this hotel look like anyway? We talking big, magnificent windows? We talking how's a
He didn't actually confirm that it was a hotel, just that I would be a VIP, or Colt would be a VIP guest.
So yeah,
We stopped right at there because that's where we stopped it. And all I'm thinking is Colt's dad's gonna be there, and Sophia's gonna be there, and there's gonna be some issues.
so it will be taking place at a Starling hotel.
Okay. I just needed to hear you say it.
So they're set up in a way that
I would.
like, so the hotel here, for example, has like a big traditional entryway or grand lobby set up. The second floor is dedicated to kind of like a private space. So in this case, one of those rooms would be a small.
Like a event room or ballroom.
Hey, Mr. Colt there. Do you happen to know of any, say, enchantments or spells that your father likes to put on his hotels?
Does Colt knows no magic, so
Yeah, so not really. You know, there's some basic stuff like try and break things like that.
Mhm.
Kind of was like, here, all of our doors are protected. That thing. Tries to give me
That's a
bonds
lot.
kind of stuff, but not any.
so not that I can think of, Casper, but it's at an event like this. Who's even though we're hosting it, whoever is actually running it might have something up their sleeves, prevent cheating and whatnot.
I don't like this.
is Mr. Messenger still here?
You didn't dismiss him.
All right, well, let's
I'm gonna
ask
turn to
Colt.
him. Oh, pardon. I didn't get your name.
Not important.
Right. I forgot how you operate. The impersonal touch. Are our wonderful McAllisters hosting the event, or
No.
what's a third party?
Else. You are curious. The town itself is putting on elements to encourage new investment in the area. It's heading off the road.
I
All
got
right. Well, I'm gonna
bit of
cut
a
to the
question.
chase on some of this because I'm the one who's gonna be playing this game if we are playing this game. Now, first of all, has anything like this been put on in this town before? Any kind of like large scale games a chance or anything of the sort?
Oh, I mean, there's always opportunities. There's all kinds of set up a casino style operation entirely because the host is why I'm very, but the scale not quite.
Anything in the way of anti magic fields or other types of protection we should know about? Very well, that will certainly be helpful. And I mean, to clarify that last point, what happens if I don't take the pot, but neither does our mining fella?
Oh, as long as it's not the end of it. But
I mean, I would prefer to win because I do like to win. But as long as we know that keeping him from winning will still fulfill these terms.
as long as the money doesn't go to him, I know the rest of the players won't be over.
I have a question about the rest of the players. You said there were how many people at this table?
There'll be 5 total.
So we know 2. We got any information on these other 3 players? So why is just this one, also a large industry player, the only one that we're concerned about?
That's a personal matter of McAllister's.
All right.
I guess we'll just have to ask him afterwards. I don't love that.
I don't like this.
I don't like this at all.
I mean, Hart's gonna look around at the rest of the group and say, "Look, if this is what we're gonna do, I'm up for playing as much as I ever am. Although, feel a little bit of a hesitation that I don't usually feel going into a game of cards. But you know, I'll make it work if that's what we all decide we're gonna do."
Feels like our best bet.
Yeah.
Other option is sneaking across a big, empty, well-lit field.
Not after those pot shots, right?
In the middle. Look, Mr. Flint, I'll be honest with you. With our wonderful messenger still in the room listening to everything that we're saying, those pot shots ain't happening. I could make them easy, but there's only one thing more suspicious than people walking across the field when they ain't supposed to, and it's all the lights going out and multiple rifle rounds being fired in the cold night.
Anyone got silent?
What the hell is that?
Ski's like, I don't like this.
Also, Mr. Flint, if you haven't noticed, I'm pretty sure even the ears have ears here.
That's fair.
I don't.
We have given up our alternative strategy to our now guest friend here. So I guess that one's down the hoops.
I feel like they knew already. And I feel like our lovely host wouldn't be asking us to do this if he thought the others could pull it off. Naturally.
Now, you've got objections, understandably. Do you have any alternatives?
I don't trust this.
We're down to one plan now.
I don't like this man. I don't like his boss.
We're all in agreement there.
This seems a little, as my grandfather would say, it seems a little too good to be true. If you're walking into a building and there seems to be stuff just there for you, probably don't take it.
Should we dismiss our friend, sir?
Get out!
Your piece, yeah? Y'all got any more?
We'll probably need that, Taylor.
He bows a little too far. turns on his heels and walks out.
Hold on. When he's bowing, I'd like to size this man up. Does he look like he's just like a messenger man, or does he look like he's probably done some work?
He's an elf. So he's like very thin and elf, but like it's hard to tell.
Okay.
The kobolds close the door and finally one of them sits there and goes, "Fuck!" And then the rest of them all look up and go, "Fuck!"
Hey, you're telling us.
I will also look up and go, fuck.
I think we maybe all join in.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We're like
Instinctively, we
all
all
with the other ones.
look up
Yeah.
to the sky and shout, fuck.
As they kind of reconvene, chatting around, the kobold they kind of gather in a circle and like, whisper to each other. And then one of them looks over at Elias and goes, "Brother, we request to assist." And he looks at them, he looks at you, and he goes,
I don't know quite what the plan is. I mean, we could plan a heist.
I
but
do like their spunk. I'll give them that.
I do like
we
the
should-
spunk.
We don't have many allies in this town, and maybe a couple small hands would be good allies to have.
Hey,
What do you do?
That's fair.
How would you assist?
and they're like, "Oh, well, it's simple. See stuff, go places." One of them goes, "And murder."
Fuck, I like these guys.
Phenomenal.
what's their
Yeah, you're on
names?
the team, bro. You're on the team.
He's like new friends.
What
Yeah,
are, what
What's
are
their
their names?
names?
All 5 of you, or however many.
Legitimately, it is Bluey, Bluer,
Yep.
Red, Redst,
Yep.
and Redder.
Bluey, Bluer.
Blue
Wait.
is
No.
red. Bluer is the reddest. Red is blue.
They don't actually. Here's the thing.
Red.
That's the names that are given. They just kind of say them at each other occasionally, and they will. All of them will respond to one of those names.
Thanks.
I love that.
Who's on first? What's on second?
He's gonna walk over and be like, "Will you guys be my friends?"
Yes.
Perfect. Let's commit a murder.
No.
Murder.
Y'all wouldn't know y'all wouldn't know a mouse, would you?
We know lots of mice.
No, he's like you. Little white one, red eyes.
We have not met him. No.
I figured I'd ask. He might have been useful, but
Who's his mouth?
seems like he's not
Character.
here. Old friend.
Friend. Old friend.
Yeah. A Ravenna type
Oh, that does sound like
Okay.
informant, deal
sounds
maker.
like a good person to be friends with.
He could have moved on from here. It's been quite a few years.
Important to keep in touch with your friends.
Not when you're actively trying to not be in touch with them.
All right. Well,
Now, what's the actual plan here? Hearts wins the pot. We all go home, have a happy little day, and have our meeting, or
I mean, that would be the
There-
ideal.
we stacking this game
There's
from the
more
beginning.
to this than meets the eye, I think.
I do feel like
That's mighty insightful.
we're in this kind of situation where, and I hate to say it, we're kind of at the mercy of our esteemed hosts here. So I feel like, and I hate it, but I feel like we kind of have to play by their rules until we find a chink in the armor, as it were. And I've so far haven't found one yet. So keep our eyes out for their weakness. Play their game until we find it.
I think that's the right play, Mr. Flint.
I can't wait to see hearts pop off in this game.
I mean, I certainly better. Hope my luck's with me tonight.
I didn't like how he talked down to us. He was very mean and rude.
I agree with you, Steve. That didn't feel nice. That made me feel angry and upset and damn near lost my temper.
And those are all very valid, but when
that's pretty much the intent.
Yeah, when someone's as wealthy as them, they don't really care because hardly anyone, if anyone, is on their level.
For me, though, it's
the
servants. Like the guy, the messenger boy, he's like, he didn't create this wealth. He's working for the wealth, and he's got the attitude of the wealth. That just pisses me off.
Because he knows no one
consider Mr. Flint. We are sitting in the lion's den at the moment. We so much as mentioned something that wasn't supposed to be named, and we had already Mr. McAllister having a chat with us through a proxy. I'm pretty sure if we give this man one good reason to remove us from the situation, he will take it.
Yep. Sophia's right.
Shit, I forgot you were here.
I believe that they've got the power to do so and the manpower to back up those claims. I don't want to see us die on account of my needs here. So I'll keep my opinions a little more quiet around here, but I think we need someone. Should we be staying in town? I guess we can just crash at the frontier.
I don't like this town.
Good.
I agree with you, Ski. There's something weird about this place. Should we camp outside town?
However, there are agreements in place. While his talk, they don't hold enough power to directly physically placing us all sleep. So it shows, but it comes down to the matter of there are repercussions for breaking things. Far enough long enough people understand disrupt those would have far-reaching consequences.
Wait, sorry, light bulb just went off. He's part of the hall that we also have our patrons for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't we couldn't we just give the, hey, we have that one per person thing? Can we just say, screw this, but I want to see hearts pop off. I really do, because this is Hearts Element. But can't we just say, this guy needs to step, like...
Yeah, we've all got a favor, right? From the...
I feel like there's a difference between a favor and asking this man to shove a 12-foot pipe up his ass.
I mean, it might be a favor if he just relinquishes something that he has in his possession. I could.
If he has that thing,
I
in
could
his
use
possession.
that as my personal favor and see if that gets us any.
I think
Have
we're going to wait.
Favors already?
Yeah, when we first got it. What? No?
Sorry.
No, we haven't burned it yet.
Yeah, you haven't burned any of them yet.
We haven't used any of them, but have we earned them? Are they within ours?
Yeah,
right.
That was
done
part
that,
of your
right?
initial agreement. Yeah.
Great. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, hey, how about that? How about when? Oh fuck! But we're not going to meet him until after.
So Hearts has to win this game.
I think so. Maybe, and then I can ask that as a favor upon our meeting.
I think that'd be the best way about it, Mr.
Sorry,
I
I
think we
just-
got a bit of a plan.
All I was thinking was like the light bulb going off and just like, ding,
That's
wait a
great
minute.
point, Ski. That was a great point, Ski. Thank you for bringing that up. That's great. I can just ask him point blank. After we win.
All right, now we gotta get prepped for tonight. Now, it'd be a little uncouth for all of us to go on in with hearts, but I don't necessarily feel super comfortable letting you go in on your own.
Oh, there's gonna be entourages for the.
You won't.
Wouldn't mind getting
You won't be alone.
All right.
I mean, once we're in there, maybe we can
Now,
position ourselves in places. But I think we should all be around.
Yeah, I'd personally like to take a look at the venue beforehand. Take a quick look.
Great. Out the joint.
I'm sure I can arrange that.
I don't want to wear fancy clothes.
You don't.
Unfortunately, I think you're gonna have to wear something fancy.
There's a dress code, Steve.
We can get you a better hat.
I don't want anything that this man is giving us.
I don't have to keep it.
Ski, we can make you just a bow tie and some cufflinks. And you can just go in there all bunnied up with bow tie and cufflinks on, and that's fancy.
Bits to the wind.
Assuming you wear pants or something.
Ski's wearing cloth and everything. It's just her forest garb.
Now, have you ever met a Harrington named Roger?
What's stories about that one?
What about the dynamic Harrington group Chippendales?
Oh, hold on. That was a different. I think you're misrepresenting the species.
Yeah, so it'll be a while before the tailor arrives to like rescue. But yeah, you're free to go check out the hotel, walk around a little bit.
Let's go.
Are we allowed to bring weapons into this?
You won't be in the event itself.
Probably not.
Unless you smuggle them in. They'll give you the opportunity to sneak something in.
Red, redder, blue, bluest, and the other one. How good are you at smuggling? Can you get things in and out of places?
Just about any event.
There's
How
our
many of
answer
you
right
can fit
there.
To a trench coat.
And you see them like sit there and go, "We've never tried. This might have been a solution, brother." And you watch them like scatter in different directions, and each return with a trench coat.
Yeah.
We don't need all
four.
Phenomenal.
The answer is four. Four of them fit in a trench coat, and one of them's like, "No, brothers, let me in."
Like
I want to play.
That is going in my notes.
They're one of my favorites too.
4 kobolds per trench coat.
Would Colt be, since it's fused to his arm, would Colt be allowed in with his mare leg?
I feel like you'd be an exception to the rule, if anything. Simply because
As long as I won't fire unless I'm being attacked.
And also, if people know who
would
you
they
are,
perhaps,
I feel
like-
like in this property you can probably do whatever.
you can entitle
That's probably
go,
true.
"You can't take my gun arm."
Like, do you know who I am?
Yeah, no kidding. You own it.
This is
Father
ableist.
will hear about.
Yeah, that maybe
I'll be talking to
maybe
HR.
those are stipulations of our VIP. We can bring some weapons with us.
Everybody's just like putting all of their weapons inside Colt's jacket.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you fit this? And just holding the giant axe like.
Like taking the time to like sew a bag of holding into the inner side of like this thing, like, slip
Yeah.
things in.
Love it. I want pockets of holding.
I feel like your axe is taller than Colt.
It is. It's taller than Ski. It is not meant for this little person to be wielding it. But she doesn't go anywhere without it. She sleeps with it like a teddy bear. So
Aw.
having being told that she has to get rid of it too, she's like,
Do you have a
I'm
name
sure there's a
for your...
coat check. We can put it in.
no.
What's your axe's name?
Yeah.
My axe's name. It actually has a Sylvan name, but I have to run it by the DM yet, so I haven't. You do not get to know it yet. It's like private. That's something for Ski, and she's like, "It's mine."
Aw. Well, names
Fair
are
enough.
powerful.
let's take a look at this venue. Perhaps talk to the people working the evening. See how this is all set up.
It's a short walk. You guys, like, effectively, you're skirting the plaza. This is how it is. Kind of like out the front door, the front stairs onto the McAllister estate, and effectively across the plaza from it is where his father's home is. It's a large, grand structure. Like, it's opulent. It's meant to be a lot of like fine materials are put into it. It's kind of plaza space. It's really meant to be like celebratory, like exciting place.
Mhm.
And when it comes to it, like there's people around. You see a lot of like street performers entertaining folks with music in the area. And one of the things that you notice though, specifically you, Sophia, you're walking, you're dialed into what the house typically like, and that's typically who street performers are, or if you know they're part of a group, like they've got a caravan. Here, it's you notice that the street performer appearance is as much an act as anything else. And as you walk by,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hate this whole town.
I as I walk past one of them, I'll flip one like a copper or something from my pocket just a little bit, and I'll just give them a wave, a little nod.
Is there any other monies that they're collecting?
like
Just all fucking bear.
the buskers, or
Yeah.
it's just coins.
Are they actually collecting money? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's like gathering and stuff like that.
You just see like empty hats everywhere.
No, there's
Totally.
stuff.
Right.
They would know to make it look. Again, any busker knows that if there's no money in the basket, no one will.
Start with
Yeah.
a 5.
Yeah.
It's handful of change. Yeah, that's effectively what you see as you walk by. The Starling Hotel here is a hotel. It's not an inn. It is not a saloon or anything like that. It's a hotel. This is built to be an extravagant island. This is where the people who are wealthy have money, have the wealth to stay at a place like this. Actually, it's well appointed. Even walking into the lobby, you know, the thing that's the most standout is she's perfect. It's a very plush type of apartment. Somebody's taking time to maintain, probably through magical means, if anything, to go. And then there's a grand stairway, so kind of like enter, greeted with the reception desk in front, with 6 people kind of like walking around, and then a solid marble stairway on either side. Like, curves up to the second floor.
Gotcha. Before we get any further, we got some chats coming in saying that you're cutting out audio-wise, David.
David, real.
That's weird. I'm not monitoring
Hey,
myself through the stream, so that's. Thank you guys.
Like I had to mute us here on the video just to go see the stream to see how bad it was, and it was pretty bad.
Because in here it's fine.
Yeah, and here you're perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reapplied all of my compressor settings because at some point, one of the problems with the thing that happened last time is OBS cleared all of my filters. So I reapplied them, so I'm refiguring out for applying them how I'm actually supposed to be talking to the mic. Hopefully that's better.
James is suggesting turning off the audio in Roll20.
Oh yeah.
See a lot of audio from Roll20.
Just reading what the chat says, man.
We'll see if that solves the problem. I'll have to go through the settings. I think something's borked in my compressor settings. I'll fix them when they're back. I reapplied them and hoped they were working. Anyways, I'm closer to my mic. Hopefully with a dynamic mic, this will sound better. And we'll go from there. But yeah, so when you're the space that you're in here is fairly opulent. It's designed to look good.
Mm-hmm. That's one mighty fine chandelier.
Well, when you're catering to the rich, you have to have some aesthetics.
Where is this? What room is this taking place in? Probably up these stairs, huh?
Okay, come on. He's just gonna. Colt's just gonna like walk by as if he. I was gonna say as if he owns the place, but I'm like, oh, he kind of does.
And that's the thing. Like, as you gotta kind of walk by, like you see one of the guards go to reach out. You see like one of the receptionists go, like it's one of those like no. Don't you dare.
You like your job? Say nothing.
Yeah, I feel like Colt's still like in his like frontier adventuring company gear too.
Yeah, you guys didn't get changed. You came here.
No.
But yeah, this space upstairs is like if downstairs was really nice and like opulent, this space up here is like opulent to a fault. It's designed to awe and inspire. And what you're kind of greeted with is the room itself has one large open space that can be set up, and then you can see spots where walls can effectively be like inserted to divide the room up as they need. Right now, it's all open. There's 4 large chandeliers of actual crystal hanging, kind of like lighting up the space. Everything is bright and brilliant and really put together. And again, that rich carpeting carries through here as well, where it's very clearly maintained. You see a lot of people like very carefully adjusting things. There's tables set up around. There's the standing tables where you got like little spaces you can sit. You can see a bar is set up towards the back, which is currently being used and kind of set up and configured and stuff. And you're approached by one of the people setting up. Young Master Startling, we apologize. We weren't expecting you.
No, it's all right. I wasn't expecting to be here either, but just happened to be in town with the adventure company, and we heard about what was going on tonight. So,
you'd like to spectate then? I'm sure that can be arranged easily.
Wonderful. We actually have one of my party members partaking as well.
Oh, and you can see them kind of like flustered of like, there's a very large buy-in. There's the kind of buy-in that like makes people pause, and they're like, oh, I didn't realize you were traveling with that kind of individual. That's very exciting. Who is the lucky participant?
I think he'd look over at Hearts to make sure it was okay first. My lovely companion, Miss Hearts, here.
Are there any special accommodations for you this evening that you would prefer? Beverage of choice, perhaps?
I'm not used to any kind of special accommodations. I think that I'm just going to play it by ear the way I usually do. Don't like to plan too far ahead. It helps you flexible when you're playing a game of cards.
Perfect. Then we'll make sure a variety of beverages are available. We typically keep bourbon, port, scotch. We've got a selection of wines. So if there's anything special, please do pass it along to us. We'd be more than happy to ensure it's prepared.
It's very kind of you.
Now, just looking around here, what's the layout of the room? Are the tables like near windows? Like, is it a tall
Have they
room?
put the poker table in yet, or are they still?
Yeah, so the poker table itself is the centerpiece of the room. It's where everyone kind of gathers around, is set up to have everything ready to go. So there's 6 seats currently around it. 5 on one side, and then
the
dealer. it's a fairly like ostentatious table of itself. You know, you've played poker before. Most people around, maybe if you've played an actual poker table, it's still not this fancy. This is like gold sewn into it, like very careful, like it's very ornately decorated. This is the kind of thing that's put out for rich people playing poker with rich people money. The rest of the tables themselves, so there's large windows. The ballroom space is effectively a story and a half, is what you're being greeted with here. So it's taller than it should be. There's again that wood beam and stone construction passes through here with massive windows. They're church-like in their height, letting light in, but they've got curtains that are clearly meant to be drawn over them for the evening. And then the tables are kind of like dotted around. Some of them are near these windows. Some of them are kind of spaced around. It's a little bit of space. The room's huge. Like it's a fairly large ballroom.
Now, looking out those windows, what am I looking at? Am I looking at a big empty square? Am I looking at another building?
So, kind of working back from the stairs, the windows kind of wrap around, so you can see out the front windows leads back to that general courtyard space. The windows on the sides, you know, the ones to kind of standing from the stairs looking into the ballroom, the ones that are going to be on your left are going to look towards the estate, so you can actually see the estate kind of like looming in the distance there. To the right, the windows look back towards the harbor, and then behind, they're kind of frosted over, and you can tell that like it's the intent here is that this probably looks towards where like actual people live, and they don't want people like staring down at people's homes and or seeing the riffraff.
Who wants to see riffraff when you're rich?
Yeah. So, like looking out those windows, is there any clear like if I'm in that building on that floor, I could see in here pretty decent?
There's an office building of some sort. You can tell it's probably for one of the larger guilds. Ross, if you were there, you could probably like look in. But like those buildings are like their windows are very, very small and meant just to let light in. They're less to like actually.
Right. So they're kind of those like slit, like
like 9/11, like the
windows.
those office building windows from the fucking Twin Towers. They were terrible.
Yeah. So the idea here is that they let light in, but like nobody wants to look into people's hotel rooms.
Yeah, I mean for the most part. You creeps.
Looking for a bit of a vantage point? I'll just whisper into there.
Just, you know. Oh, can I respond telepathically to you?
I'll just whisper it to you. I'll just slide up next to you and just kind of give you
take the person and tell them to show them what they're doing to the space so they can talk.
Yeah.
Else can talk.
I mean, if we've got a number of fairly wealthy people coming into this room, I'd be more than willing to bet that people are going to be watching in for either safety or malintent. How far away would those office windows be, David, from this room?
From the center of the room, pretty like decently far.
Yeah.
Like it's like to from like the window to the center of the room, you're probably looking 120 feet.
120 feet.
Then from the window to the building?
You'd be... They're fairly close together, so, you know, 20 feet, maybe?
Like 140 from the other building to the poker table.
Other building to the poker table. All right. Now, I mean... I did happen to pick up one of these nice little rifles. I could be not in the room at all.
It might be beneficial for us. Have some eyes outside.
Keep an eye on everything, just in case someone comes in, someone comes out.
If you don't mind, you think that I might be able to join you out here on that?
I mean, I don't think that's a problem. If you want to maybe take the plaza and I'll take the. Is this building? Is it plaza side or which side is
so
it
it's
on?
like from the front of the building, it'd be on your right side.
And
Okay.
would there be like left
I mean-
side as well, like
Yeah,
another building? on the
so
other?
like coming up the stairs, left side is the McAllister mansion. Like it looks onto the mansion itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then right side is the this building.
I mean, I could take the right side in that building, and you could take the left, and then Colt and Ski and Hearts could be
Yeah,
inside.
I just don't want you to be out here alone as well. You know, I feel like we should at least have a bit of
I'll
a
be
buddy
fine.
system going on.
If I really need help, I know how to contact any of y'all.
That's fair. And I think I also want to be outside trying to like just cover exits and stuff like that as well. I don't need to be right in the poker room. That's not going to be helpful, I don't think. I'm definitely digging this idea of let's spread out a little bit, get some vantage, get eyes on a larger picture here.
Yeah.
Do my best work from the rooftops.
All right.
Well,
used to do the same.
So from the left side again, it's the mansion. You have to be.
We're not going to the mansion.
You're both gonna kind of go right side then.
So you want
I might go
Building
right
wise?
side, but on the actual rooftop.
Okay.
You want to be in the building? I'll be outside. Just close by.
how tall up is the rooftop
You wouldn't be able to see
of that
any
building?
rooftop.
Oh, well then I'll just
Maybe Mr. Flint, you could take ground floor level, keep an eye on the front door, secure escape routes if needed.
I
If
can
anything
set some
goes wrong.
alarms, set some snares if need be.
Exactly.
Okay, good. This was a good idea.
I've had an idea once or twice in my life.
Oh, you're full of good ideas there. Don't put yourself down.
Excellent.
All right.
When you're ready,
Should we get back to that tailor then?
yeah. As you
Is that
arrive, when you arrive back to the Frontier Adventure Company, the tailor will be with you.
I was just going to say, we've established our two positions. Arts is going to
Mhm.
be at the table themselves. The other two?
Ski, what's your plan?
Ski doesn't know because Ski's like, I have to get rid of my axe. I have to wear clothes that I don't like.
Hmm.
I don't want to be here. Ski's like hugging her axe, and she's like, "Can I at least have strudel with me?"
Of course. I will make sure that you can have strudel. Don't you worry, Ski.
Now, I mean, not to butt into this conversation too, but between our high roller here and the young established heir to the throne, I don't think it's out of the question to request personal guard be present. Ski, I don't think having your axe is going to be too big of an issue given the amount of money in this room and the people present. Wouldn't be surprised if everyone has their own set of hands.
Yeah, I mean, they can't take the magic away from magic users, so why should they take the weapons away from weapon users? You know?
If I can't have my axe and they try to take it, could I give it to one of you two then?
I got a big old bag that you can stuff it into.
I mean,
no problem.
Well, don't stuff it into places. It likes to be outside. It likes the sun. Like Ski's like very scared right now. Ears are down.
Is
like
there-
just like really like oh okay.
is there any like coat of arms on the walls in
Sterling
here?
Family coat of arms hangs on the wall.
Like swords or anything on any like decoration
Actually, no,
pieces?
what's on the coat of arms there, Colt?
Well, that is a great question.
2 great axes.
Would make things easy.
It's a nightcap and a candle holder.
It's a bucket of water.
I feel like I made one. Let me see if I wrote it down. Maybe not.
Hunting rifles.
Hunting rifles. They are 2 pistols crossed with a star, like a behind
Gotcha.
them.
Is there any like suits of armor in the room, like decorative suits of armor? No, like rich. I
It's
don't
a
know. I'm trying to think
hotel,
about like
not
any rich
like a-
person ballroom, what it might have.
It's not like the mansion
Not a Doom castle.
or Doom
I feel like, you go to Banff and in the Fairmont there's like fucking.
But the Fairmont in
Yeah.
Banff used to be a castle for the royal family.
Fair enough.
But you know what? Ski would probably just be like,
I don't know if that's
they-
actually true.
It
They
took 3
have-
years to build.
they do have
Yeah.
their own royal suite in the Fairmont in Banff. And
All
so they
Fairmont
also,
hotels do.
yeah, so they kind of keep all their, when I went to go tour it, they said that they keep all their stuff to be like a castle.
Gotcha. Home away from home for those
Yeah,
who are
getting
rich,
sidetracked.
prudent,
Ski would like pretty much is like, I know that they need to like help because like hearts will, if someone tries to jump hearts, like they're trying to do the street lingo, like jump hearts.
jump.
I could really just punch them in the face and they'd stop, and that way Colt's image doesn't get damaged from the high society, and then I'll just be known as a ruffian or a scoundrel.
Ain't the worst thing to be known as.
Ski, you've
Or
got.
a savage.
If I
No.
recall, you've got another weapon that's a little bit smaller than your axe, but.
Oh, you mean my shotgun? Just pulls it out. You mean my shotgun?
I mean, if you give me and Flint a little bit of time with it, I'm sure we could modify the size of that there
I
shotgun.
can make it a snub nose if you need it. We can take the.
You
We
got
do
anything
still
with
have to
the
go see
stock
the
off it.
tailor.
Yeah, we should probably get
You can
to
get
the
it about
tailor.
this big.
You can see like the shells sticking, like almost sticking out the end of the barrel.
Yeah, right.
At that point,
Like right there. A little bit of plastics poking out the end.
it's so dangerous.
I'll make sure you're somehow still armed with their ski if that's what you want.
No, I don't want to be apart from. Okay. Just like walking like in the back, just like dragging her feet. Just like, I don't like this.
Returning to the tailor.
We're gonna have to throw that bunny a party.
Mhm.
You're dressed in your finest, richly appointed. It's nice. Like basically, they bring a selection of stuff that weirdly fits you decently well already. In the way that a well-tailored butler is able to like knock out your suit size without trouble. He's able to really quickly given kind of measurements and a few different options. So you all have kind of a rough idea. Or a rough fit, and then the tailor's really just there with a little bit of magic to make sure everything fits.
They didn't make Hearts wear a dress, did they?
None of Hearts doesn't want to.
Perfect. Want like this perfect, like this figure hugging, perfectly tailored suit.
Done and done.
Question: is it a tailcoat?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's definitely got like a red vest under it. Yeah.
But is it like the halfway jacket with like the tailcoat in the end, so it just like hugs it? Sorry, I get really into fashion.
Maybe.
Casper is just gonna turn and just be like, "Well, I'm just a man made of flesh and blood, but I think you might be able to distract your opponents a little bit on that. Gain yourself an advantage.
I mean, it is certainly one of the tactics that I employ in my line of work, you could
It's
call
a
it.
fair tactic.
Colt, Casper's flirting with hearts again.
I never said none of the last.
I think Casper's just complimenting Hearts on her well-suited suit.
Every single piece of clothing Sophia puts on, especially pants and or dresses, she is immediately like stretching and doing squats and seeing how mobile she is in any given piece of clothing. Because last thing she needs is to be bogged down in like a 3-ring hoop skirt. You know?
As long as it's made out of something like neoprene, you'll probably be good to go.
It's... I'm trying to think.
It's on the tip of your tongue, isn't it, Neon?
I'm like trying to find the descriptor words for like what this outfit is. If somebody else has an idea, please go first and return to me.
To be honest, Ski goes into a room and comes out wearing a dress. And Ski always wears like cloth and everything, like from the forest, with like her big blue scarf and like a forest armor, so she doesn't show her figure at all. So when she comes out, this dress shows her figure, and it's like a corset style dress. With like it's like ruby red. And Ski's just like, I look ridiculous. It's just like his axe is still on her back. Strudel's on her head. Strudel has a little top hat on.
I don't know what you're laughing at, Ski, because I think you look beautiful and dangerous.
Ski also is. It seems like Ski is used to wearing these types of clothes.
All right.
So she's wearing the dress and like it's a little low cut and everything, but
Casper just thinks to himself, well, damn, I guess that's how she can jump so high.
Ski's very, very, very thin and petite, but because of her armor and everything, she looks a little bigger.
I think Colt's more in like the classic like tuxedo, like a bow tie and like, deep like yellow gold shirt.
He doesn't need the tailor. Ted just shows up and goes, I got you. Just like the tailor comes close, Ted just shows up, gets angry, like, no.
Vaguely humanoid shape of Tent.
Casper looks like this. Yeah. Taylor came
obviously
to my house
with
already.
fun things.
Fair enough.
He's done this before.
I think Sophia has picked out somewhere like in between a suit and a dress. It fits finely like a suit and has pants. But the sleeves are like this long, puffed, like mesh lace.
Good jump.
That like come
Belle
up the
sleeves,
shoulders.
like the Belle sleeves, like the
Yeah, like Belle sleeves.
Isn't that
perfect? And it comes up the shoulders into like a fine close collar, but there is a gap in like the shirt where it meets with basically this corset shape that she's wearing that's tucked into a very nice set of pants.
Like your father called a little white.
No, there's no father collar. There is a very nice necklace that she has found that hangs as a centerpiece in like the clothing in the window where the clothing is not. And then some very nice tailored pants. And actually, I think this might be one of the first times you're seeing Sophia without her like full jacket and proper shirt on. Everything wrist up to collar is just heavily tattooed.
Yes.
Just covered. There is that stony, like stone with moss that is her vertiligo. Her orcish vitiligo is that gray and green shifting, like a stone with patches of moss, but all along it there's just etchings and tattoos and images and runes and
I love
orcish writing
that so much.
and
That sounds so cool.
along how much of your back do you see? Yeah. Along the top half of her back that you can see before the corset comes up and cuts it off, you can probably see the top half of a large skull with a band over top of it. And the band has just little lines sticking out of it all the way across that top band. Yeah. But then it disappears into the corset.
Nice ink, Father.
It's a little old, but I mean, it's not exactly very priestly of me, so I don't show it off often.
I mean, it's not the
Right
only
now,
thing
Casper's slightly regretting tossing that stuff into the fire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What the?
I ain't never seen a father.
You I mean, if your body is supposed to be a temple, I have yet to see a temple that ain't covered in art.
Very true.
looks like a work of art today.
Don't we all, Miss Hearts?
All right, let's play some fucking cards.
Shall we?
Let's get some cards.
Oh,
Fucking
let's just
get some
fucking win
cards,
the
eh?
session then,
My
Dave.
accent just completely slipped into
Yeah,
Eastern
yeah.
Canadian for a
I was
second.
like,
I'm
wait,
so
my
sorry.
people?
I like saw it, I caught it, and I had to make fun of it.
But yeah, you cross over back to the hotel, find yourself. Sophia Belle. You nestle yourself cozily in a window. Good vantage point where you can see the entire wall. Casper Flint. You get a really good vantage point standing in the lobby, kind of where you can see everything. Show off your
Got home.
show off, make it so that you can keep an eye on things, but you can still kind of see the actual ballroom itself. I see what's going on.
And I'd love to be able, if I can, to cover the entrance of the hotel.
Yeah, so are you upstairs in the ballroom area, or are you downstairs?
I would be like in the same building that Sophia's in, but like ground level. I wanted to. I kind of want to keep us like at least within like range. I want to be able. I don't think that we should be so split up that one of us is just completely by themselves. Is my biggest concern.
So you're ground floor of the building next door, watching the door of the hotel, which is easily doable.
Yeah.
And somewhat unfortunate.
Oh God.
Hearts, Colt, and Ski, you're inside. The space is full of what you expect. Rich folk standing around, rubbing elbows, wait staff bringing drinks by. Whatever you ask for, they're happy to. Ski, they've let you keep the axe. Somebody thought to fight with it, but between Colt standing there and giving a look that said, do you know who my dad is? And you standing there holding an axe, somebody decided that they liked their arms where they were, and they were going to keep them.
Well, Ski made sure the axe is like nicely polished, because the axe is actually like a golden axe, and like it has etchings all around it and everything, so it doesn't look like a traditional.
I love that arcade game.
Hearts, as you're sitting there, you get an opportunity to kind of like mingle a little bit with people you're going to be playing with. This feels like a spectator event. You were brought your buy-in back in the same box, gold pressed and good to go. You've got a question, yes?
Yes, I do. Not a question. I just want to say that as I'm getting into my space, I want as I'm getting into my spot, I want to just take a minute to cast Snare.
Okay.
I'm actually going to cast, if I can I cast 2 snares? Just so I've got.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Okay, so I've got
up to 8 hours, I think, right?
Yeah, let me just pop it in. Yeah, no, that's fine. I can have as many of them down as I want. So I'm gonna put 2 snares near myself.
Okay.
Just in case.
And yeah, so as you kind of gather around, and think the night goes towards where its natural conclusion will be, of which the plan is for some cards to be shared. Patron of the town appears. James McAllister is a very well presenting human male.
Oh, he's here.
He's
Uh-oh.
in his 50s. His hair is long gone white, but it's carefully manicured. Every element of it is very delicately placed. His beard is immaculately trimmed and cut. Somebody takes care of this person for him. He doesn't have to think about it. He looks like a James Bond villain in the way he's dressed. It's very clear that he has the most expensive suit in this room. And as he stands there, kind of a hush falls over the crowd. People turn to watch to him. And he raises a glass and he goes, I would like to say thank you, all of you, gracing our fine town. Taking the time to spend here in Korston. Really understand what it is. I'm so honored that I get to spend all of this time with my adoptive
Didn't hear that. I'm not in the room. But I would have seen them walk in, right?
You wouldn't have.
Why not? He's already in the building.
He's already in the building.
I would see them through my vantage point, though, but I wouldn't know what Mirabelle looks like.
I would have filled you guys in on her appearance.
On the name, so Ski's just like...
And the name.
So, is there still some mingling time before we sit down at the table and like get to
There
playing?
will be.
It's probably better I'm not in the room.
Oh, no!
It's probably better I'm not in that room right now. Or else I'm casting shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was like, I had the like the foresight, the narrative foresight. I was like, she's gonna be in that room, and if Casper is in that room, everything's going south.
Damn right it was.
How do I get Casper out of that room?
He's gonna try to get to the little girl and make sure she's okay first and foremost. That's gonna be her main priority.
You can't just go though.
Wait for next week.
I know.
This is going south immediately.
I feel like,
and I am so excited to be able to explore that with you.
You just the biggest cliffhanger.
I would say as well, because me and Sophia would have been like, putting our places together. I want to be directly kind of underneath them, and we should have like a system of knocks on the floor or ceiling or something like that if we
I think I would have a collection of colored stones that I would drop down to you to signify like what I can see.
How do you say you see his daughter?
don't.
Easy. I don't.
That's probably
because it's
for the
not,
best, yeah.
No.
What's gonna happen?
Here's the thing.
One,
it's not pertinent for the mission right now. As far as I am concerned, she is healthy and safe. The moment we make a wrong move, she is no longer safe. Sophia is in full like, okay, what are the pros and cons? We've been here before. We've done this. We have to be smooth. We have to be collected.
Seeing her is a liability to all of us.
Yeah.
So we can. That's perfect. I'm so glad that it went this way.
Us too.
Oh my god!
I love.
We're gonna raid out to some friends. Let's see who's.
You twisted man.
You have no idea. You have no idea how long I've been sitting on this.
You're just like, "Come on, hurry
Since I
up,
told you
hurry
day
up."
one in our
It's
session
legitimately one of my original notes.
Oh
I
Is
love
no.
that.
I knew she was gonna
Phenomenal.
be fucking Stockholm
Well, I hope
syndrome. Poor girl. Oh, and she's been in town for a while. Her fucking brain's all fucked up.
Oh, she's been in town
Probably
for
more
more
than a
than a
while.
while.
Yeah,
Mr.
I know.
Flint.
We're gonna send you all over to tabletop roles.
Woo!
Looks like they are playing some Pathfinders. We're gonna send you over, let you see some wonderful Pathfinder being played by some amazing people. If for those of you who've tuned in, thank you so
Hell
much
yeah.
for coming in and watching and hanging out with us, and for letting me build up to this amazing cliffhanger.
Oh.
And a thank you to all of my players for taking just long enough that this got to be the cliffhanger I was hoping for.
Oh, no.
And to everyone else, when you arrive at Tabletop Roles, tell them that Logomancy sent you. You will see another short from us on Friday, and then of course we will not be back on Monday because it is Easter Monday, so we're taking the Monday off. Until next Wednesday, until all of the heartbreak gets to resolve.
Let's go.
Thank you for tuning in. And
I can't wait to
We
see
only
your
have-
private, Flint.
We only have 143 hours left.
And I'm glad to spend this evening with all you wonderful folks and my adopted
Yeah.
grand on the floor.
Wait, you're not gonna shoot her?
I mean, we'll find
Why
out
would
next
you
week.
do that?
we left on a
There are more
on
powers at play.
why would you do that?
I love that.
Love that. I can't wait to watch that.
Oh my gosh.
That's gonna be
I
good.
forgot to introduce myself.